Hello students, welcome back to the third video of this playlist. So in this video, we will be solving the third question of January 2024 Pure Mathematics 2 paper. So let's see what's the question number 3 from this paper is about. So the concepts behind question number 3, it has been discussed in chapter number 2, that is coordinate geometry in the xy plane, in your from your pure mathematics 2 textbook. So in order to be able to solve this question, you should have clear idea about the concepts, you should have clear idea, and you should have known the concepts from chapter number 2 of your P2 textbook. So let's see what's the question number 3 says here. The circle C is a circle. Its center has center 3x coordinate 3, y coordinate 5, passes through the point B, which has x coordinate 8, y coordinate -7. Find an equation for C. So we need to find out an equation for C. So we know that a circle equation is always in the form of x minus a whole squared plus x minus b whole squared equals to r squared, where a is the x coordinate of the what center, b is the y coordinate of the center, and r is basically the radius. So we the x and y coordinate of the center is given, right? So we can easily get the value for a and b. Next remaining is the radius. For the radius, since they have given that the curve C it passes through point B, that means the distance between the center to that point on the circumference. Point B lies on the circumference, so this distance is the radius. So let's find the value for r, which is the radius. So r equals to what? Square root of distance between 2 points. This is y2 minus y1, so -7 -5 whole squared, -7 -5 whole squared, plus y2 minus y1 whole squared, plus what? X2 minus x1 whole square. X2 is what? 8 minus 3 whole square. Okay, so the radius would be what? 7 minus 5, this is negative 12 whole squared is 144. So square root of 144 plus what? 25. So this is basically square root of 169, which gives you 13 units. Okay, the radius is 13 units. So equation of the circle, what we will get the equation of the circle? Equation is x minus, what's the x coordinate of point of the circle center, which is 3. So x minus 3 whole squared plus y what? Y minus 5 whole squared. Y minus 5 whole squared equals to r squared, isn't it? So 13 squared. This is the equation for the circle C, and that's what they have asked for in part A. Fine. Okay, let's see. Next is part B, what they have asked in part B. The points M and N lie on C such that Mn is a chord of C. Okay, Mn is a chord of C. Let me draw a sketch. Let me draw the circle. Given that, okay, so on the coordinate axis, this is the sketch of the circle. 3 5, right? The radius is, sorry, the center is 3 5 and radius is 13. Okay, so it will be like that. Okay, this is the center of the circle. Okay, given that mn lies above the x-axis, okay, is parallel to the x-axis, it's parallel to the x-axis, that means mn is a what? It's a chord, it's a horizontal chord. Okay, has length 4 square root of 22 units. Okay, so it's above the x-axis, right? So since it's above the x-axis, so what we can consider, consider point M is here, since it's above the x-axis, and the point N is here. This is just an assumption. We are considering the distance from what the since it's above the x-axis, so that's why we consider the position above. Okay, so mn is a chord which is parallel to the x-axis, so this is parallel to the x-axis. Its length is given 4 square root of 22. Okay, now the question in part B asks to find an equation for the line passing through points M and N. Equation of line MN. Okay, so since MN is a horizontal line, so that means since it's a horizontal line, so its equation would be represented by the y coordinate. Okay, y equals to k. Its equation will be in this form. Okay, so we know the distance of MN. Okay, and we know the radius of the circle. The radius of the circle is how much? 13. So if I connect the center with the point N, this radius is what? 13 units. And if you consider what? This line, do we know the value of that? We don't know. We need this one. Why? Because we need the, basically our main aim here is to find the y coordinate of point Mn. If we can figure out the y coordinate of point Mn, then we are able to find out what? Find out the equation of line Mn. Okay, so consider this as d or k, whatever you consider as variable, no problem. So this is d, this is a right angled triangle, and do we know this half length? Yes, this is half length. Why this is half length? Because we know that the perpendicular bisector of a chord in a circle, it passes through the center of that circle. This is a theorem that we have learned in chapter number 2 from the textbook. Okay, so this length would be what? 2 square root of 22. So we can easily find out the value for d using what? Pythagoras theorem. So let's apply that. What? Using Pythagoras theorem, what we can write? We need the length d, right? So this is square root of what? 13 square is what? 169 minus the square of 2 root 22 square. This is 4 times 22, which will give you 88. Okay, so the length is what? 169 minus this is 4 times 22, this is 88, so this is square root of 81. So square root of 81 is what? 9. So that means the value for d, it's what? 9. Therefore the y coordinate of point Mn is what? So equation is basically equation of line Mn is basically the y coordinate of point M or N, isn't it? So Mn is what? Y equals to what? The distance d is what? D is above the center, right? So center has y coordinate what? What's the y coordinate of the center? 5. So 5 plus 9, this is the y coordinate of point N, which is 14. So the equation of line Mn is 14. That's it. So this is the equation of the chord Mn, and that's what the question at part B of question number 3 has asked for.